report is ready. Super cool. Like, I think it's a long time coming, and there's been a lot of work that has gone into this and a lot of experience needed, I think, to get us to a point where we've got a little bit of an opinion in a sector that we've been working hard on. And we've been talking a lot about culture, a lot about Newwave, our strategic tool. And I guess we've really looked at the health and wellness sector. We've done a bit of work in the last 12 months, up to like 3-4 brands who are really engaging in the space. Maybe just touch a little bit on this, Jay. Like what is the significance of this report and what are we doing here?
So Newwave, the like framework we're using, it uses like 3 strategic activities to identify like emerging consumer behaviours. Obviously, as you said, like the first report is looking at health and wellness, but it could be any sector, right? Like we're thinking about like, what are those behaviors right at the forefront of culture? Like what are the kids like that are like really like the change makers, the taste makers? Like what are they doing? How are they acting? And the way we've framed it in the report is it kind of forms this story of like 3 key behaviors that the brands can take a risk on almost. Like we love this idea of risk-taking brands, like those brands that are really killing at the moment. Like they're doing something different, right? Different cultural opinion, different content styles, different branding, different way to package a product up. So yeah, it's really trying to weave in these tools for brands. And this first report is an example of that.
As we're talking about like the sector, it's just super front of mind for us. And some of the feedback we received, even on a project we started a couple of weeks ago, one of the gentlemen on the call was like, hey, we wanted to work with you guys because you speak our language and you know the space and you've engaged in this space. So I guess that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's key, is that like this report is functional, right? It's things that brands need to know, but we've tried really hard to make it quite functional, in that like it's like, here's what to do about that, here's what brands can do. And like you said, that comes from like our depth of knowledge in this space, but also it comes from like what people have told us. We run a round table with like people at the forefront of culture. We look at those risk-taking brands, we look at the data, the stats, what's going on. So yeah man, it's really functional, so it's cool.